Okay, the first step in using the sewing machine is understanding some of the different parts and of course how to thread your machine, right? When you look at the machine on the right, you have a knob that allows you to control the needle here, okay? That's really important and very useful. Here on the top right, you have what is called the stitch length, and this controls how long each stitch is. And below that, stitch width, which controls how wide each stitch is, which we'll get into a little bit more when we talk about zigzag stitching and stitches that have width to them. Here, this shows the pattern, okay? The pattern that you're using, you can see that we're using a straight stitch here. And while every machine is a little bit different, they all have these basic functions, okay? So if your machine isn't exactly like this, you can look at it and find these different things on your machine. All right, over here on the left side of the machine, we have what is called the feed dog. And there's these metal ridges underneath. And as I turn this rotating knob over here, you can see they kind of move. And what the feed dog does is it feeds the fabric through the machine, right? Feed dog. And that means you don't have to push or pull in order for the fabric to move through, which is great. Just above that, you have a little part here, and it looks different on different machines. Sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's metal. And this is called the presser foot. And the presser foot has a lever just to the inside of the machine here that allows you to raise it and lower it. And the presser foot presses down on the fabric so that as the feed dog moves, that allows the fabric to move through the machine, all right? So if you find that you're stitching in place, check and be sure that you put your presser foot down, okay? Here on the far left of the machine, you have, it's a little knife for clipping your threads, and I'll demonstrate that. And of course you have the on and off switch over here on the right. And then down below you have the pedal, which is how you control the machine itself through the use of your foot and the foot pedal, okay? Those are some of the basic parts of the machine. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you how to thread the machine, okay? You can see there are some silver poles here, okay? This is where we're going to start with our thread, and you see the thread is coming around the back of the machine, okay? So it's coming off the spool in this direction, okay? Over here on your machine, there is a metal hook. The first step is to go through this metal hook, and you'll see on your machine, a lot of times there are little arrows that indicate the direction you should be going. So step one is to go around that. Then we go down here. Step two is to loop under and come back up to the top, okay? So we've gone over, down, and looped back up. Now, there's nowhere to go. There's a little hook, and if you can't see the hook on your machine, you simply need to rotate the knob on the right side until that little hook pops up, okay? You want to be sure that your thread goes through that hook, okay? And if I open the side of my machine, you can also see it a little bit better, okay? So you've gone over, down, back up, through the silver hook, back down, and now there is a series of little hooks where you want to be sure that your thread goes through these, and what it does is it keeps the thread close to the machine so it doesn't get caught and it goes straight down to the needle. And the last step is, of course, to thread the needle. And when you're threading the needle, you always want to thread from front to back, okay? So as I thread it, I'm threading it from the front of the needle to the back of the needle, just like that. And you can see mine came out of a little hook here, so I'm just going to be sure that it gets right back in there.